Hello, everyone. I'm Mark.
I'm Rob.
And welcome to Mark and Rob's Sports Showdown. Hey, got a live show every Monday from 7 to 8 Eastern Time, except for major holidays. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Please do, right down there. And I'll hit that notification bell. And feel free to make intelligent, non-insulting comments and share it with your family and friends. Today, we're going to talk about who else? Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. So there's this narrative that's being pushed by Angel Reese and her fans that she's as good and as popular as Caitlin Clark. And I don't care what race either one of them. I swear to God, I don't care that Caitlin Clark's white. I don't watch her for that reason. I watch her because she's really exciting. She's a great player. And I don't care that Angel Reese is black. I could care less. But I just want to put it in perspective with some numbers, and then you make your own determination. Okay, so here's some numbers.
And what she said. I'm sorry. What she said before. So before you go into it, what she said is the reason why we are watching women's basketball is not because of one person. It's because of me too. I want y'all to realize that. So that's
but her fans are saying more than that, Rob. Her fans are saying she's more popular than Caitlin Clark, that she's better than Caitlin Clark. There's nothing in reality to indicate that. And so I will go over several things, and then you as an audience make your own determination. Pretend you're green, pretend you're not white or black, and just evaluate this. But the narrative and that's being pushed by the WNBA, some of the players who are black, and ESPN and black fans of him, or it's black fans of Angel Reese, is that it's a 1 and a 1A. It's not. It's a 1, and then there's a drop, and it's a 2 and a 3 because Cameron Brink is also popular. She's got 3 endorsement deals. She's got shoes. And as we get to, she actually increased the attendance more than Angel Reese did with her team. So she's not even number 2 in attendance increase. So we'll get to that. All right, let's just start with that. Last year, you're not going to like these numbers if you're an Angel Reese fans, because this is the numbers that I got. So I'm assuming they're correct. This is the numbers I got. That last year, Indiana had about 3,500. They increased by 13,000 to 16,571. That's the Indiana Fever. I'm going to repeat that again. They increased it by 13,000 per game. Okay. Angel Reese's team is 8,247 per game. They increased it by 1,700. Okay. I'm not very good at math, Rob, but
no, you're good at math. You're very good at math.
1,700 is not a 1 and a 1A situation. That's a 1, and it's a big drop to 3 actually, because Cameron Brink's team was 9,229, and she increased the attendance. Their team increased the attendance by 2,600, which is 900 more than Angel Reese did.
Ooh.
Okay. Now, of the televised games so far, Angel Reese in the top 5 has been in 0. Cameron Brink was in 1, number 4, but I'm going to get to that. And, of course, Caitlin Clark was in positions 1, 2, 3, and 5. The top one being 2.13 million, and then 1.71 million, then 1.56 million. And then the fourth one was 1.34 million. And that was a lead into the 2.12 million. And that was between the Aces and LA, which is at Cameron Brink. And so in other words, they lost almost half the audience, but they still number 4 because it was on a network. And then number 5 is 724,000. Now, Angel Reese is in none of those. Okay. Now, when they went, and a fair comparison is when they were on NBA TV, Caitlin Clark had 330,000 and Angel Reese had 101,000, over 3 times as much. Okay. So I don't know what to say. In terms of jersey sale, Caitlin Clark outsold the entire Dallas Cowboys team for 1 year. She did that in 1 day. Now, Angel Reese's jersey sales is hot off the presses too, and some of them are being sold out. But I can't get the exact numbers, but they're way less from Caitlin Clark from what I read. But she's still number 2 in the WNBA right now. So she does have very high jersey sales. And she does have a bigger social media following on Instagram. That's irrelevant. That has nothing to do with basketball. Okay, that's just because she has social media following, and she does a lot of, bathing suit photos too, which helps.
Right. And let's do some more stats here, Mark. This is attendance at non-Caitlin Clark WNBA games this past weekend. 7,638, 4,015, 9,878, 7,035, 3,265, 10,207, and 7,024. Attendance at Caitlin Clark's WNBA games this past weekend, 17,274, 17,401. Like I said, I'm not a math major, but you tell me.
Caitlin Clark has outsold every game of hers but one. I guess there was just slightly didn't sell out one game. So 10 out of 11. Okay, just so you know. I don't know what it is for the Chicago Sky, but I don't think they might have sold out one at home. But I don't think any of their away games sold out. But someone could look that up and tell me otherwise. Either way, the difference is stark. And please stop saying it's 1A and 1. It's not.
Yeah, so these people, do they really think that if she wasn't selling out every game in every arena in the WNBA is going to be sold out when she plays? When she's not there, the games are not they're average, or even 5,000 or 3,000, even that, depending.
Right. And
so what do you think is causing this increase of attendance?
I don't know. All I know is that last year only one game was televised for the Indiana Fever, I think, and they got now 36 out of 40 are televised. When Caitlin Clark, I looked this up before she declared the draft because I was thinking of getting a ticket in the New York game. There were $20 to game in New York Liberty when Indiana Fever was going to play them. The day after she announced that she was going pro, everybody knew the Indiana Fever was going to get the first pick. The ticket prices went up to $200. Now they've come down since then, but the price of her tickets when she goes are way higher than everybody else. And you can look it up. You can look at the schedule and the games, and her game. And when I looked at it, this one was they started at $73. The Chicago Sky ticket started at $17. That's Angel Reese's team. Okay, so not only is she selling more tickets, let me just finish a sentence. Not only is she selling more tickets, the prices of her tickets are way more. So she's giving them way more revenue than Angel Reese is. Go ahead, Rob.
They're moving games from the smaller venues that the WNBA were playing to larger arenas. Like here in Washington, D.C. area, it was going to be played in a smaller area, but because of Caitlin Clark, they moved it to the Capital One Arena, which will probably be sold out.
Right.
Probably more than when the Wizards played. So
and Caitlin Clark got a $28 million shoe endorsement deal, way more than Angel Reese's. She also has other more endorsements than she has. So that's not equal either. But to say who's bringing the eyes into the league, yes, Angel Reese gets some credit. So does Cameron Brink. She's popular. She's like I said, she's got shoe deal and 3 endorsements, and she's got the blonde hair and the long legs, and so she got the attractiveness. Certain people find her attractive for that reason, and so she brings a certain amount of appeal to her. And Angel Reese also brings in some certain amount of appeal because she's attractive. So, but that's just the way it is. But it's not the same, and it really isn't. So please stop saying that because it's not reality. You can love Angel Reese all you want, but it doesn't make it real. It really just be objective. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but just focusing like you said, just focusing on what the stats are and what to play. Reese is a great offensive rebounder. She's great, but a lot of it is because she'll shoot her own shot and it'll come back to her. So there's an offensive rebounder. So. That's misconception too. But overall,
And let me just say that in terms of player, let's just go to college. Angel Reese as a junior, made first team All-American, then she made second team All-American. That's it. Caitlin Clark made All-American 4 years in a row, first team 3 years in a row, and she was Player of the Year 2 years in a row. And when she got AP voting last year, there was 35 votes. She got 34, and Cameron Brink got 1. Angel Reese didn't get any. So please stop telling me she was a better college player because nobody sees that. Okay, these voters are not all white voters. These are a variety of diversified voting for this stuff. Go ahead, Rob.
Mark, on that, all you need is to say one thing. You don't have to even go into like All-American. But she led the college. She passed Pete Maravich, who's in scoring. She's the leading scorer in college basketball history.
Well,
That's
she
it.
also led the league. Not only she was the leading
Yeah,
scorer, she
that's
also
it.
led the league in assists 3 years in a row. I mean, not the league. I actually call it the college NCAA in 3 years in a row. So she's not a one-trick pony, and she's a great player.
Yeah. So right there, just that. It's right there.
Don't get me wrong. Angel Reese has some really good parts to her game. I said this in the other video like twice. She's an unbelievable offensive rebounder. Although someone pointed out, who's probably a Reese hater, said that a lot of her offensive rebounds are shots that she misses.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's true.
yeah,
I only watched her play the one game this year and stuff like that. But I think she's a good defender, and she I think she might have been leading league in steals. So don't get me wrong. She has no shot. She can't shoot past 8 feet from the basket. She has terrible form, and she misses a lot of bunnies. But she's a good player. She's not as good as Clark. And if she was, she would be double team and triple team like Clark is all the time. And I know Clark's number's not as good as people were hoping, but she's double team and triple teamed all the time. And they've had a rough schedule, as everybody knows. Mm-hmm. And that's all I have to say about that. I don't want to get into it. But Clark won Rookie of the Month. Angel Reese said not. All right. So whoever voted, I'm sure it was diverse voters in the WNBA because it's 2/3 black. I'm sure the people who voted are connected with the league. They're not going to have all white voters. So please tell me it wasn't a racial thing that
right, exactly.
Because it's a predominantly black league and predominantly lesbian league, according to some people. According to Candace Wiggins, it's 98%. So I don't know. There's somewhere between 1/3 and 98%. And I don't care. I don't care what sexuality and race anybody is.
Yeah, who cares?
But anyways, so they had someone called it Mean Girls 2 in the second game. And what bothers me is that Angel Reese pretends that she's friends with Caitlin Clark and likes her, and she doesn't. She's jealous of her to the nth degree, and she hates her. So quit pretending. She's so fake. So stop it. Caitlin Clark, I don't know what she thinks of Angel Reese, but she doesn't go and pretend that she thinks Angel Reese is the greatest player in the world. She's complimentary to. I think she's taking the high road, but I have no idea. She doesn't pretend she's her best friend either. No. So stop saying that, Angel Reese.
Which is okay. I mean, but don't fake and say that you are. I mean, it's obvious that she's not. So and that's okay. And that's what she says. When they played, that's why I was. It's the rival. They're different positions, but they were rivals in college. So
I know, and I get that Angel Reese won a national championship. I get that. Okay, we got it. It's a team sport. Okay, her team was better when they beat. Okay, and then the next year she lost, and she actually had a better team than there. If you took Angel Reese off the LSU team and Caitlin Clark off the other team, both years, LSU had a better team both times than Iowa. Okay, so and they were 1-1 when they played against each other in those 2 years. I know that Angel Reese actually won 4 out of 5 in their whole career because they played against Maryland, and Iowa didn't have a very good team before.
And when I watched those games, and when Reese got in foul trouble, the LSU team didn't play that well, but until she came back in, so she definitely was a factor.
Oh, I'm not saying she's not a very good player, but you know what? She didn't even improve her game from year 3 to year 4 of her career. She went from first team to second team All-American, and her numbers went down. Why? Well, maybe it's because she didn't work on her game. She was tied up with social media. I don't know. All I know is she didn't get any better from one year to the next. Now she's working on her game now. That's fine. I'm not trying to discount her ability. Like I said, I unbelievable offensive rebounder. I'm trying to be objective about her because I don't like her, but at the same time, I'm also trying to be objective on really who's a better player and who's more popular and who brings more money into the league, because it's not the same. That's all I'm saying.
No, it's not.
And there was a couple things about Clark's teammates. It turned that didn't come to her rescue, and maybe they don't like her. I have no idea whether Clark's teammates are jealous. I know Mitchell is, because Mitchell's passed to her maybe once or twice. I've seen one pass to Clark and twice. I don't know about other teammates. All I know is that her Iowa teammates loved her, and she had 2 black teammates and a biracial teammate. And maybe it's a different situation, Rob. Maybe there was no jealousy there because a lot of them played with her for 4 years and stuff like that.
I don't even know. Even with, I'm giving Mitchell the benefit of the doubt. Also, maybe that's just her play. She's used to being the star, and she's a ball hog. So maybe it's not just because she doesn't like Caitlin. That's just her style of play.
I think it wouldn't matter who Caitlin Clark was. I think she said, I got 18 points last year, and that's what made me an all-star. Right. I'm going to give my 18 points again this year.
That's what I'm saying.
Regardless if there's another high scorer on the team, she's going to try. She's determined to do that. Last game, she had no rebounds, no assists, no steals, no blocks, know anything except for
Right.
shots.
Right. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
I
she's
read that off the stat. I couldn't believe it. I didn't even notice. I just knew she was taking a lot of shots.
right.
So, she needs to be a team player. But I don't know what the root of the jealousy is, other than the fact that she wants to get her points. But people said that, and I have no idea whether or not. I think Boston likes her. I know Temi Fegbenley, if I pronounce that right, likes her. And Smith must like her now because she sets her up all the time. So who knows?
Right. Yeah, she does.
And I'll tell you that Clark gets along with almost everybody because, like I said, she had a really good relationship with Hannah Stokey, who's black, and stuff like that. So she brought her along his sophomore year and passed her all the time. So I don't think, I think her players liked her, but I think it was different because they grew up playing with her a lot for 4 years. So it wasn't like suddenly she came into the league as a new person, was jealous. So I think it's a different situation than it was that. But it's okay. It's okay if anyone's jealous of Clark. I just don't understand the hatred. The hatred is
like I said before. I mean, the hatred that kind of confuses me. Why? I mean, when someone has not done anything to you except and it's not her fault that this is her fame is being thrust upon her. It's just that she happens to be a great ball player and it's being thrust upon her, and so. I mean, to hate her for that is kind of ridiculous.
And as Rob and other people have pointed out, the way to get back at her is to improve your game and outplay her on the court. Right. That's why. And I mean, not get back at her. It's not even a good way to say it. If you're upset of the publicity she gets, and you think you want to get publicity yourself and make a name for yourself, do that. But you're not going to do that with cheap shots like Kennedy Carter did. Now everybody knows who she is, but nobody likes her. I mean, I guess some people like her. The blacks that don't like whites like her. But Angel Reese, same thing. In that game, she's pretending she likes her, but she just elbowed her for no reason, basically, in that game. So I mean, it's like Mean Girls. So someone called it Mean Girls 2.
Yeah, Mean Girls 2, yeah. But I mean, you should bring your A game anyway when you're playing ball. But it means especially step it up when you got a superstar playing against a future superstar. You're gonna up your game,
right?
So
and then
play harder. Play the game harder.
And then she jumped up and down and cheered for a cheap shot, not for a hard foul, a cheap shot, not for a good play where she like burned Caitlin Clark with a drive to the basket, a cheap shot. And then she hugged her as she came off the court, and then she didn't have enough guts to show up for the press conference. She got to find $1,000, which is nothing to her. But that's a small person. Sorry, Angel Reese is a small person. She's petty. She's jealous. It's all about her. She's a prima donna. She wants all the attention on her, and if she doesn't get it, that's what it is. If you're Angel Reese fans, you're not going to like this, but that's the truth. And that's why she did what she did in the game after she won the championship, where she did this and this, not once, but twice, and she did it for 5 seconds and 10 seconds at the time, and she goaded and stalked her. That's why she did it, because she was jealous of Angel.
Which kind of disappoints me. I mean, like, it's been 2 years. You think you would mature a little bit more. I was hoping that she would. I mean,
oh no,
but I hope she would come. I mean, I'd love to interview her and say, "Have you gotten over? Or what do you think about that incident?" I'd love to interview her and ask her about that.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Sorry, that's not in her DNA, and that's why I don't like her. Sorry. But I'm still going to try to be objective about her play for the rest of her career. And I think she's going to be a very good player. She may be a great player.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say. I think Clark's going to be a great player, and she's always going to have a lot of attention on her. So it's going to make it harder, but she's got to overcome that. And guess what? It's going to backfire, because they're going to make her a better player. They're going to make her mentally tougher, and they're going to make her work on her weaknesses. It might not happen this year. It might have to do it in the off season, but it's going to backfire, because it's going to make her a better player, and that's going to get her more attention. And guess what? If they might force her to get so good, she's going to be the MVP and win some championships, and the publicity will go through the roof like Michael Jordan almost. And then you'll be even more jealous of her. So
exactly.
Fine, it's going to backfire.
They'll lose their mind. They will lose their mind.
If it happens, I can't guarantee it's going to happen, but if it does, guess what? It backfired.
Or
so
maybe
we'll see what happens.
Maybe, just maybe, they might jump on the bandwagon and say, she's a pretty good ball player. First I didn't like her, but now
Oh, no,
But
she's a
that's not gonna
one-trick
happen.
pony,
That's not
Rob.
gonna happen.
Stop it. Stop
That's
it.
not gonna happen.
Stop it. She's an overrated white hype. Stop with it. She's a pretty good ball player. All she does is jack up threes. Will you be objective, Rob? Will you stop it, please?
I'm so sorry.
I'm tired of you overrating.
You're not teaching me anything, Mark. You're supposed to be teaching me this objective, and it's not working. What's going on here? Come on.
I don't know. She's got weaknesses, and we've gone over all of them all before. I'm not going to repeat them and get the Clarksies upset. But she's got plenty of weaknesses, and she's got to work on them, and she will. And she's got to get stronger. But that doesn't mean, that's all I have to say about that. So that's what I say about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, is that the popularity and ability is not the same. And it's not all about Angel Reese. But when they got the charter flights, yeah, it was a little bit of Angel Reese, but it was 95% of Clark. So to say, oh, it's both people when it's 95%, is that really accurate to say it when it's 95% her and 5% Cameron Brink and Angel Reese? And guess what? You don't see Cameron Brink say anything about not getting enough attention. And she's just as popular as Angel Reese in some ways. She increased the attendance more. She's not as popular in social media and stuff like that, and jersey sales, but she's getting more seats in the arenas than Angel Reese. So, and she's not clamoring for why I'm not getting it. I'm just as popular. No, you're not.
Well,
Stop it.
well, Mark, it's going to be scary next year because if Buckets comes from Connecticut and she's another very good white basketball player.
Who's that? Paige Beckers? Paige
Beckers.
Yeah,
Beckers, yes.
Paige Beckers is a great player, and she'll be a great pro. And it wouldn't surprise me if she goes down as one of the greatest players of all time.
Yes. So what's going to happen?
Juju Watkins, same thing. I don't care what color they are. Again, Juju Watkins is a fantastic player, but also Juju Watkins has to have to put in perspective too. She wasn't a perfect player. She had more turnovers. People like the same players who are saying Clark is a turnover machine don't realize that Juju Watkins had more turnovers than assists. Caitlin Clark turnover to assist ratio in college was 1.8, positive 1.8. Juju Watkins was a negative, okay? And her shooting percentage was way lower than Caitlin Clark. So don't get me wrong, she's going to be a great player, but her shooting percentage has to go up, and she also has to cut down on her turnovers and get more assists. And I know she was a better defender than Clark, and I think she's a phenomenal athlete. She's smooth, everything about her great. She can jump, she's fast.
Well, she'll be great player. She'll improve. She was only a freshman, so she's got 3 more years.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so that's what's cool.
If you look at the 2 freshman numbers, Caitlin Clark was actually slightly better. If you look at totality of everything, and they're saying some people are saying just the opposite. But I think it's a really interesting race between Paige Beckers and Juju Watkins, who's going to be player of the year in college basketball next year. And I'm looking forward I'm not rooting for either one of them. Like I said, I don't care the white, black. I don't care. I think it'd be great if the 2 of them met in the NCAA championship finals. I think the ratings would be very high without Caitlin Clark. And I think that guard matchup is great. And Juju Watkins is a little taller. She's got a little advantage over Paige Beckers.
Well, that's what I'm saying now. So what happens if a black player comes in and she gets all the attention? Are they gonna give her the same treatment as Caitlin Clark? I mean,
no. A black lesbian comes in the league, she's not getting the same double, triple teams as Caitlin Clark. There is 0 chance of that. Now, Paige Becker won't, even though she's white, because she doesn't get as much publicity as Caitlin Clark, so there's not going to be as much jealousy. Mm-hmm. But if she's player of the year again, there's going to be a lot of publicity for her, and she's going to go number 1, and she's going to get a lot of attention too. And that's fine. No problem. Everyone should get a lot of attention. Any number 1 pick should get a lot of attention. They should cover her closely. Mm-hmm. But do you really have to double team her for 94 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have to when you're taking a free throw and you still have another free throw, you get so conscious of the fact that you've got to fake that you leave the free throw line and go start getting Clark when you still have another free throw to take?
That was hilarious.
That's how obsessive it is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. I laughed.
I'm sorry. That was funny.
It was funny. It was hilarious. I was like, what are you doing?
That's right. Guess what? Guard her closely. I think that's the right thing to do. I think
you have a combination
that she can score and pass. She's a very dangerous player, whether haters realize it or not.
Yeah, you have to. You have to do that.
And she's not playing her best, and she's got too many turnovers, and she's not shooting well right now. But she got 5-day rest. Let's see what happens. Let's see when she figures out how to handle all the double teaming and she gets used to her teammates. Let's see what happens.
Right.
She got Rookie of the Month. Angel Reese did not. So let's just put that out there too in terms of who's a better player.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I don't
Alrighty.
think the voters were white. All right, so we're done with that, I guess. And good luck for both of them the rest of the season.
Good luck for. I mean, like you said, good luck for the WNBAs with these. Like you were just talking about with these other players coming in from college. If the NBA can do it right, it can really start to blow up a little bit more. You're going to have great players out there. So NBA fix the refereeing, fix that problem, and then So
I think people are criticizing the WNBA not because they're sexist or racist or anything like that. They're criticizing her because they want it to succeed, and they're letting them know, listen, if you women become unlikable and non-marketable, the league's never going to be popular.
No.
It hasn't been popular for 27 years. There's a reason for it besides the quality of the play.
Right.
It's partly their personalities
mm-hmm.
and pettiness and jealousy, and needs to improve if they want to make it popular. I'm just telling you what I read. I've read a million comments on YouTube and Yahoo and Zoom videos, and that's part of it.
Me too,
and they have to accept it, and their sense of self-entitlement is too much.
Yeah.
And I want it to succeed. I really do. I support women's sports the best I can. If I find it too dull, I try not to. But Caitlin Clark's exciting, so I watch it. I love watching Simone Biles, and I like watching women's gymnastics and figure skating, just like everybody else. That's why they get the most airtime on NBC in the Olympics.
Women's track and field,
Women's track and field. Shakira Richardson, love watching her run. Yep. I didn't like her personality for a while, but now it's back. She's okay now, and I'm rooting for her more than anyone but Simone Biles in the next Olympics.
Right, me too.
And so, and the thing Mo, I love the thing Mo. So, anyways, but her personality is more likable. It's always been likable.
All right, be sure to subscribe, you guys.
Yeah, please subscribe. And we're gonna do our best to just cover basketball and talk less about the race. But this is never ending. This is never ending topics. It's all over the internet all the time, and I have to respond to false things that I hear and read, and clarify things so that people at least are educated in case they didn't have that perspective for whatever reason. They didn't think of something maybe that I thought.
Which you have a right to do. So.
It's our channel. So, anyways, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I want to say we really appreciate your support. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate you liking, and please share it and everything. And let's have some intelligent dialogue down below about this, and try to be neutral about the race thing, and say whatever, and try to be neutral about everything if you can, if it's possible. Right. I know it's not possible for haters and Clarksies, but try your best.
Yeah.
Anyway, say thanks. All right. We'll see you next time.
Peace out.
And take care, everyone.